Hello everybody, my name is 711 and welcome to a brand new series on my channel, the Pokemon Battle Association, shortened to the PBA. This is the third season of the PBA, the first season that I went into. You guys might remember the United Global Battle Championship, no, the United Global Battle Competition, something like that I was hosting, and our first and sixth week opponents were David, and after I lost in the first week, after I lost in the first round of the playoffs, David also lost in the first round of the playoffs, and he said, "Hey, would you like to join my league?" And I said, Sure, I'll join your league." Now, David's league is Wi-Fi battles only, no showdown whatsoever. So because of that, I only got my capture card recently, and so I've been going on this. I've been going through this whole league since like February or March, whenever that was. I think March. So I have a lot of catching up to do, and I have a lot of stuff to show you. So I have my battles recorded, and so I have a bunch of post commentaries to do. This is currently week 11, so I didn't do my week 11 battle yet. I have 10 battles to show you guys. But really quickly, let me show you the team that I drafted. Actually, I didn't draft this whole team. I drafted the majority of this team. I actually took over for somebody who dropped out. So this is a GBA style, so you can choose a tier 1, a tier 2, 2 tier 3, a tier 4, and a tier 5 for certain, and then a mega Pokemon and 4 other and then you can choose 4 other Pokemon based on a point system. So just to show you what's going on, here's my tier 1. This is Goodra, and so I really like this Pokemon Goodra. 9150, that is some really good special defense, and 110 special attack is really good special attack for a bulky Pokemon. So Goodra is going to be very good at sponging hits. Goodra is going to be very good at utilizing whatever item it has. And then it has 3 really great abilities that can be used: Gooey, Sap Sipper, and Hydration. I've only ever run Gooey before. I've never run Sap Sipper before. Pokemon's attack is raised by 1 stage if hit by a grass move, Grass Immunity. So, if I get hit by 1 grass type move, Goodra's attack is now 150. So a physical Goodra is extremely viable anyway if you run Sap Sipper. So I've never run it before, but I definitely can. So be sure to look out for that. The next Pokemon is Slowbro. Slowbro's not a Pokemon that I've used a whole lot of before, but look at this. 95 hit points, 110 defense. That is pretty good. That is actually really good. Slap on some leftovers, and here's Regenerator to keep Slowbro healthy, and that's really great. And so, another great thing, Slowbro gets stuff like Calm Mind. So Slowbro gets stuff like Scald, one of the best moves in the game. He gets access to Psychic and Psyshock. Right there, Psychic and Psyshock. He gets Psych Up too. Interesting. He gets access to Toxic. He gets access to Fire Blast. He gets access to Ice Beam. He gets access to I said Toxic already. He gets access to Thunder Wave. So Slowbro can play a lot of good roles. Slowbro can help sweep, Slowbro can support, Slowbro can stall, and it also gets slack off, so he gets reliable recovery, and with the leftovers, then I'm actually recovering 56-57% each turn. So Slowbro is very difficult to take down in one hit, and then Slowbro can go from there and hit Pokemon pretty hard. So I haven't used Slowbro all that much, but he's actually pretty good. Really, the worst thing is that there's a move out there called Knockoff, and Slowbro doesn't like Knockoff, but with this defense, he can still live a Knockoff from pretty much anything. Unless it's Stab or whatever. Another thing to look out for is Speed. Speed is really, really poor. But there's Thunder Wave. So that's pretty good. So next Pokemon is Krookodile, and Krookodile is a pretty interesting Pokemon all to itself. Base 92 speed is a really great speed tier for a Choice Scarf Pokemon. 117 attack is pretty amazing, and really its defensive stats aren't real great, but Intimidate makes that defense look a little bit better. So I can do Leftovers Intimidate, I can do Choice Scarf with Moxie. That's really the best that Krookodile can do, really. So there's some really great moves like Knockoff, like Earthquake, right there, like Stone Edge. He gets a couple elemental fangs. He gets Fire Fang. Does he get Thunder Fang? He does not get Thunder Fang, and I don't think he gets Ice Fang. He gets Knockoff, like I said. He gets Low Kick, he gets Outrage, Power Up Punch is pretty sweet. He can Pursuit Trap things. He can Roar things. Here's a really big point. Krookodile can set up Stealth Rocks, and Krookodile is a ground type, so he resists rock. He resists the Stealth Rock, so he can switch in, set up his own Stealth Rock. So, Krookodile's a pretty good Pokemon overall. Speed of 92. It would be nice if Krookodile had a speed of 100. Oh well, but a Choice Scarf could fix it. And if not, then, then hopefully I can tank a hit or something. Krookodile does not like special moves. I mean, with Ground and Dark, then, he's weak to water, he's weak to grass, he's weak to ice, he's weak to fighting, he's weak to fairy. Is that everything? He might be weak to bug. I'll sort all that out. But Goodra can take those special hits. So that's Krookodile. Next we have Heracross, and Heracross I'm expecting to put in a lot of work. If you compare Heracross and Krookodile, Heracross has slightly better attack, but slightly worse speed, and they have fairly similar defensive stats. So that's interesting. But here is something more interesting, is that Heracross is of the ground type. I'm sorry, why did I say ground? I was thinking of Krookodile. Krookodile is of the ground type, so a Choice Scarf ground type is always nice to have. But Heracross as a fighting type with close combat, because, close combat can hit rock types, close combat can hit ice types, it can hit steel types, it can hit normal types, it can hit dark types. That's a lot of Pokemon out there. So, a Scarf Close Combat is a really great ability. A really great combination, I should say. Scarf Close Combat. And yeah, you also get Knockoff, and you also get Earthquake, and you can run Stone Edge. Yeah, you can run Stone Edge. You could run Facade. You could run Frustration. You can run Brick Break, even. So that's all great. Heracross has Moxie, just like Krookodile, and there's also Guts, which is a pretty good ability as well. So Heracross can be a status absorber and then deal out a whole lot of damage. So Krookodile and Heracross really are filling in very, very similar roles. I probably won't bring both of them to any one game, but we'll see. We'll see. Next, we have a tier 4 Pokemon that I chose, Cofagrigus. Now, Cofagrigus is a very interesting Pokemon. He is pretty low HP, but his defense stats, special defense, are crazy. They are crazy. And with special attack being 95, then if I set up a Calm Mind, then that's really, really good stats right there. So Calm Mind, Cofagrigus is really good. A lot of people will run Will-O-Wisp and Hex together. I'll try to be a little more creative than that. He gets moves like Destiny Bond. He gets Grass type coverage with Energy Ball. Of course, there's always those hidden powers. Physical Cofagrigus at base 50, not likely, but he does get Knockoff, and I can surprise things. There's also Nasty Plot, but I think that Calm Mind is ultimately better. Now for a wall, I really like walls that can heal up. Slowbro can heal up. Goodra, not quite as easily can Goodra heal up. Cofagrigus, the best he has is Pain Split against a different Pokemon, which makes it really nice that Goodra has a low HP stat. Because what happens is if Cofagrigus is up against a base 100 Pokemon such as Mew, that's almost twice as much HP as Cofagrigus, and so a Pain Split will be healing me almost twice as much as it's hurting Mew. So that is definitely something to look out for. Really interesting. There's also, of course, if not Hex, then there is Shadow Ball, which is a pretty good move. I can trick an item, I can set up Toxic Spikes, I can do Will-O-Wisp like I said. So that's really neat. Now, here's an interesting ability, Mummy. Mummy basically removes the other Pokemon's ability if I get hit by a physical move. Well, here's something nice. Is that with that defense stat, I can take a hit, even a knockoff. Especially with a Culver Berry, I can take a knockoff. So Cofagrigus can take a physical hit and then pass Mummy off to something else, and then suddenly they can't use the ability that they did have. So imagine you know what I'm trying to say here, guys. Imagine a Krookodile without Moxie. Okay, imagine a Feraligatr without Sheer Force. Okay, imagine a Machamp without No Guard. You see what I'm saying, guys? For a lot of physical Pokemon, take use of their abilities, and without their abilities, they are much less of a threat. And that gives Cofagrigus the chance to redeem itself. And then, so that's basically what Cofagrigus is bringing to the Pittsburgh Thunderbolts, by the way. I'm still with the Pittsburgh This is still the Pittsburgh Thunderbolts. Brand new team, same coach, different squad. We'll see if we can pull out some wins for you guys. See if we can pull out some wins. Next is we have a Tier 5 pick, Armaldo. And with Armaldo, you are somewhat defensive, 75, 100. You have a very high attack stat, just as high as Heracross, and you're a rock type. Rock types are really, they're a very good offensive typing. So Armaldo is quite interesting in that respect. Some potential items. A choice band to make use of that 125 for speed. A choice scarf would bring you up to like 70, so that wouldn't really work out very well. You'd be locked into a move and everything can outspeed you anyway. Leftovers is an idea. Life Orb is a good idea. Rocky Helmet's a good idea. Citrus Berry is a good idea. Lumberry is a good idea. So Armaldo is pretty good like that, I suppose. I don't really think I'll bring some rain, so Swift Swim is not going to help a whole lot. Now if my speed's doubled, I'm up to 90. Interesting. But I'm not even a water type. Bringing rain with Armaldo, it just gives an opportunity for something else with Swift Swim can just destroy me pretty much instantly, because Armaldo is a rock type and is weak to water. So I'm going to be bringing battle armor, so I can't take a critical hit. Yeah. So with physical attack stat being so high, I'll be bringing things such as knockoff, such as Hone Claws, which I really want to pull off at some point. Like, there's Rock Polish, maybe I'll bring it once. Stealth Rock is a really big one. Stone Edge is a really big one. You get Earthquake, yes you do. What move did I bring? Or what move might I bring is Rock Tomb. Yeah, Rock Tomb is a pretty good move because if I can slow down a Pokemon, that would be awesome. That would be really, really awesome. If I can slow down a Pokemon, not to mention that Rock Tomb is Stab, not to mention that if I slow down a Pokemon, Armaldo could potentially outspeed. If not, then Armaldo could go down, and then the next Pokemon would most likely outspeed. So there's a lot of sneaky things Armaldo can do. One of the most important things right here, Rapid Spin and Stealth Rock. So I don't have a lot of great options for Stealth Rock. I have Krookodile and I have Armaldo, and that is going to force me to lead with a Pokemon that is weak to water, and so they will probably predict something like that. So that's not a very good thing. It's good that I'm noticing it, but I'm sure my opponents will notice it too. Armaldo, you're a pretty great Pokemon in a league format. You know what? We'll find out. We'll find out. So we are drafting 11 Pokemon, and here are my other 5. For my Mega, I chose Mega Manectric. Now, like I said, I came in with nothing. I was substituting somebody else because they dropped out, but they already drafted. So I was switching up a few things on my team, and here's Mega Manectric. Mega Manectric was one of the undrafted Megas, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna go Mega Manectric. I like Mega Manectric. Look at these stats. 135 special attack, and 135 speed. Now, what were my special attackers from before? Well, Cofagrigus. Is that about it? Oh, and Goodra. Cofagrigus, Goodra, Slowbro. So Mega Manectric is pretty good. As far as that speed, Mega Manectric is the fastest thing on my team, except for like a Choice Scarf Pokemon. Base 135 special attack is really, really nice. Everything else is mediocre at best. Now, there's Intimidate, which is really nice. And also, I'm going to have its ability be Lightning Rod before it Mega Evolves because it's an electric immunity, which is nice. I don't have any ground types. So an electric immunity is nice, and it raises special attack by 1. Now, unfortunately, Mega Manectric, I'm forced to Mega Evolve the first turn that Mega Manectric stays in. So I can take a special attack boost and then fire off a really, really strong move because 135 and then a boost, that's gonna be about 200, base 200 special attack. Now, I like to run Discharge over Thunderbolt because Discharge has a 3 times better chance to paralyze. I like to run Overheat for more power then. And then some other moves. Where are you? Oh yeah. Volt Switch, and usually it's going to be Hidden Power Ice. So that's going to be my spread for the most part. Mega Manectric, I am looking at you. You better pull your weight because you are the strongest special attacker I have, and you're the fastest Pokemon I have. So I expect you to do a lot of work. I expect you to hit hard. I expect you to mess things up. I expect you to Volt Switch out of there if you're having trouble, and just get her done. Just get her done. So next, the next 4 Pokemon were free Pokemon that you can draft according to how many Pokemon, according to not how many Pokemon, how many points system. It's a point system. So there's Chansey here, and Chansey's amazing. Look at these stats. If I go like this, and like this, and like this, slap on an Eviolite, this Pokemon is incredibly tanky. Chansey comes in and just completely walls any special attacker. Chansey can take Focus Blasts, for crying out loud. So, common moveset for Chansey is Soft Boiled. Like I said before, I'm a fan of walls that can heal themselves back. So, Soft Boiled is a really good move here. So there's Soft Boiled. There is a pretty common move. Another common move for Chansey is Seismic Toss. As you can see, Chansey has a pretty poor attack stat and a pretty poor special attack stat. So Seismic Toss is going to have to put in the work. A third move, Heal Bell. Aromatherapy is pretty much exactly the same thing. So there's a Heal Bell. Now what Heal Bell does is it removes the statuses of everybody on your team, except for the status of Fainted, obviously. So if something goes wrong, if Krookodile gets burned, if Goodra gets toxic, if Armaldo gets burned, whatever, I can switch in Chansey and ding-a-ling that heal bell, and that ding-a-ling is going to get rid of all of those statuses. And Natural Cure is most likely what I'm going to go for. If Chansey gets toxic, I can just switch out and it's gone. So that's pretty nice. That is actually really, really nice. Those are pretty much the 3 moves that I almost always have on Chansey. And then a 4th move. Chansey has a lot of great moves, like Thunder Wave, like Toxic, like Stealth Rock, just right there. Let me just take a look and see what other moves it can have. Calm Mind, I don't think I'll run Calm Mind. I'm not going to have a special attack on you. Counter is something I could do. Healing Wish, maybe. Just maybe. Hyper Voice, maybe. Light Screen, potentially. Can you get a Reflect? No Reflect. Substitute, possibly. Wish. I could run Wish Chansey. Like I said before, Chansey is an incredibly bulky Pokemon, and he can take special hits for days. I should say she. All Chanseys are females. She can take special hits for days. She can even take a couple physical hits if it's not a fighting type move. And that's Chansey for you guys. Next we have Staraptor. And Staraptor is a pretty amazing Pokemon in its own right. I have a pretty good moveset for a Staraptor. Close Combat, Brave Bird, Quick Attack, and U-Turn. Whoops. Not up four. U-Turn. I know that Double Edge is a pretty good move too, especially with its hidden ability Reckless. And what Reckless does is moves that take recoil, like Brave Bird and Double Edge, which are both stab. Basically, those moves are even stronger yet. But Double Edge, I don't really see a reason for Double Edge unless I'm up against an electric type, in which case I would probably U-turn. So, looking at these stats here, there's this attack stat, which is marvelous. There's this speed stat, which is a pretty good level to be at. Most of the time, I will probably run a Choice Scarf, because I don't want things to outspeed me and just destroy me with like any move that's super effective, because HP, defense, special defense, not all that great. So most of the time, I'll probably run a Choice Scarf. Other moves I could use. Choice Band. With a Choice Band, I'm at 180 attack. That is wall breaking strong. That is really, really strong. I could even run Life Orb, but it'll probably be a choice Pokemon. That's Staraptor. Now we're getting down to the bottom of the barrel here. A lot of good things were taken, and Cradily was there already drafted for me, but we're coming down the home stretch here. So here's Cradily, and Cradily is a very, very good special defensive wall. If I go like this and like this, then Cradily can take a couple hits. So Cradily, typically I run leftovers. Storm Drain. Storm Drain is a very nice immunity to water, and it raises special attack. So a common moveset that I'll probably run on Cradily: Stealth Rock, Recover. That is a pretty much a given. Other moves, Toxic is a pretty good move. Ancient Power is a pretty good move. Earth Power is a pretty good move. Energy Ball is a pretty good move. I'm probably not going to use Energy Ball. I'm probably going to run Giga Drain. Other moves, if I were to get rid of Toxic, Cradily can stall out a lot of special type Pokemon. Paint Split, I could run Paint Split, but Recover is pretty much always better. Rock Polish is not a very good idea because I'm at such a low speed. Sludge Bomb, Sludge Wave, that can be viable if I'm up against like a Sylveon, maybe. Sword Stance, I could run Sword Stance, that is a thought. I could do Stealth Rock, Recover, Sword Stance, Stone Edge. That's quite a moveset right there. But yeah, that's pretty much all that Cradily is bringing to this team. A Pokemon to Toxic. I can absorb some special hits. Now there is Chansey to do that, and there is Chansey that can take special hits, and there is Goodra that can take special hits. So Cradily a little bit outclassed there, but it does have reliable recovery, and it does have Stealth Rock set up. So that's really nice. And then finally we have Jellicent. Jellicent is a really great Pokemon as well, who is another special wall. Base 100 and 105. So that's pretty sweet. I go like this, that's a pretty good wall right there. So here's some moves that they can do. It can do just like what Cofagrigus likes to do, is Will-O-Wisp and Hex. That's a pretty good combination right there. Scald is a pretty good move. I'm going to take away Hex. It does get Shadow Ball. It does get Recover. It does get Rain Dance. It gets Giga Drain, which is very surprising. It gets Ice Beam. It gets Magic Code. I might do possibly. There's Taunt. There's Toxic. There's Trick. Water Spout I probably won't do because it has a pretty low speed. So that's Jellicent, guys. Jellicent, not a really strong special attacker, but it can take some hits, it can recover, and it can wear down Pokemon with Will-O-Wisp or Toxic, or even Scald Burns. So that is my team of 11. Some things that I see across these two drafts right here is that is that Goodra, I have Goodra, I have Cofagrigus, I have Chansey, I have Jellicent. I have a lot of special defensive walls. The best physical defensive wall is Slowbro, and then the next one is Armaldo, but Chansey's actually up there too as far as a physical wall. I mean, Mega Manectric can intimidate and get out of there. Or I will be up against Ortiz. Week 5, I will be up against Dan. Week 6, I will be up against Adam. Week 7, I'll be up against Adalberto. Week 8, I will be up against the same David that recruited me and that has beaten me twice in the past, who is also a fellow YouTuber, Fat Leonardo. And then week 9 will be up against Noah. Week 10 I will be up against Mason. Week 11 I will be up against Mario. Week 12 I will be up against Benji. And then finally week 13 I will be up against Jordan. So there are 14 coaches in this this division, I should say, of the PBA. And an interesting thing, guys, is that so there are 13 weeks. Everybody is going to battle each other once, and once everybody battles each other once, then the top 7 players will move on to the playoffs. The first person gets a bye the first round, and we move on from there. Next, we'll just go through the playoffs, and there will be a crowned champion who wins in the finals. And here's a plot twist, is he would have been the champion if it were not for another person who has been there before us. Ever heard that before? Well, this is actually the North Division. There are 14 more people in the South Division, and so it will be a North versus South. Now, as far as the drafting goes, the North drafted and the South drafted. So it is possible that whoever finishes in first place in the North and whoever finishes first place in the South, they might have a Pokemon, they might have some Pokemon in common, which I guess is okay. But yeah, that is everything for now, guys. If you are excited, then please like this video, and I will see you guys later.